it. This is, transforming your writing. I've never thrown out anything that I've ever written. I've saved it all because I can transform those initial writings into other forms of poetry, which opens up my publication ability. I can enter into haiku contests. I can enter into sonnet contests. I can enter, what I'm saying? It's endless. Or I could turn them into monologues. I could turn them into dramatic monologues. I could turn them into pieces that could be performed in choreo poems, or pieces for characters to be done in a play. You see what I'm saying? So you have, when you first put those words down, that's your open subconscious, that's your first feelings that are going down on that page, so you don't never throw that away because you keep that energy. Then you go back and reflect over what it is that you've written. Where does it fit? How does it fit? Can I turn this or transform this into another form of poetry? Okay, so don't throw away. That's my suggestion. Study, get some books. There's plenty out there on the internet to learn about different forms and how to, move your poetry into other forms other than spoken word.
Thank you for that.
Real quick, just a quick note. Dominique Boyd said something that was extremely profound that I took with me the rest of my poetry career. She said, every line that you write is auditioning for your final piece. So like Aurora said, work it around and make it fit. You know what I'm saying? It's never done. You could be performing and you'll say you could have performed this poem 100 times. Mm-hmm. On the 101st time, you can hear like, wow, that didn't sound. I don't mean that when I say that. Mm-hmm. Take your time to get to know your piece. That relationship with your piece is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't get your piece this home training, it's gonna go out and embarrass you.
Mm. All right, mic drop. What you got, Gabby? Thank you for that, Sheezy.
No, I think everybody said everything that my intention when I started, and have added so many beautiful things. Mm-hmm. I will say that I don't feel like I really understood my pieces until I memorized them. A lot of people can be incredible. I've seen incredible performers who are reading. I will not shade that. Mm-hmm. I think there's also different categories and styles of poetry, right? Mm-hmm. But as far as open mic, as far as like performing and preparing for things like slam and things like that, memorizing your pieces is extremely important. And for me, it feels like more a part of my story, mm-hmm. as opposed to me reading it or reading it from a writing. So at this point, all of my pieces are in my head. Everything is in my head, which is, it's like a catalog. Sometimes you can just sit up and talk to yourself for 2 hours, just bringing stuff out of your own head. Pieces out of, do I still remember that? How did it go? And just,
right.
Go into that, and you find yourself in worlds. Worlds of yourself. The ability to adapt it is a lot easier. Once you know it, to autocorrect is a lot easier if you have it in your head. And a thing that, me and Sheezy would talk about, just literally sitting down, looking at yourself in the mirror. How do I look when I say this shit? How do I, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand how people see you and hear you. Comes with, like, knowing your audience, like Sparrow was saying, and being aware of them.
Thank you. Yeah.
I gotta say this shit because this shit is real deep. When it comes to memorizing your poetry, I've had like 300-400 poems in my memory, and they were the thing that I held on to most in my life. My pride in myself, being able to recall all of these poems and in my life. 2012, I had a brain aneurysm or almost died. I had to relearn how to speak, how to talk, how to walk, how to carry myself. Some of these people seen the transformation that I had to do. And the only reason why I was able, not homeless or broke, is because I still had poems in my head. No matter how broke I was, I had built a name where people were still calling me, and I couldn't even talk before the poem, but I can do that poem with precision. I'm still that way. I still have trouble talking, but you give me a poem, I got it down to precision because it's muscle memory. It's my soul, and that's the most important thing as an artist. If you notice any craft, anything you do in life, what you do has to be part of your muscle memory, and that's work. That's work ethic. That's what it's all about. So look at me, I'm a miracle, and the only reason why I can still be as fly as I am today and make money in poetry because I remembered my shit. And Omari would tell you, anybody that came up to me, they be like, I would like, put the paper down. I done told him that, put the paper down.
Probably gonna be me. No. Okay, well, I want to, give a round of applause for our panel. Thank you to our audience that has been sitting patiently and listening and engaging just through your eye contact. Appreciate that.